Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm going to take you around and show you the read since it's such a big read, which is what I always do. I just don't always show it to you. And then I'm going to set the camera down so I can read what I channeled to you guys, okay? So the Hermit is the underlying energy there with the Four of Wands, and that's the Knight of Wands between them, which you can't see the picture of. The recent past is the Seven of Orbs, which is also buried there, as you can see. And here's some more just underlying energies up here, okay? Then we have the foundation over here of the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Flames. The center of the reed is hiding there, that Page of Pentacles, okay? And the challenge being Reason, or the Emperor. And then up here you have the crowning card, which is the Ace of Crystals, okay? Or Pentacles in the traditional deck. And then we have What's to Come, which is the Seeker of Chalices there, also hiding and buried. And how the masculine sees himself is the Adept of Chalices. That's actually like a big tidal wave in a coffee cup for the Knight of Chalices, which is like the Knight of Cups. How the masculine sees himself. These are some of the other cards from Romance Angels. What's around him, the environment, or how other people see him, maybe the shadow there. And there's the underlying energy from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And then we have the Five of Flames there for what he needs to clear, the blocks. And then as we get to the end, you see the Lovers and the Two of Cups ×2. Pretty impressive there. As we get to the final card, which is the Two of Cups, with the Wounded Warrior afterwards, Nine of Wands, and then the Ten of Cups after that. And there's just some after read that I always do, okay? So now that you have all the cards, I'm going to set it down because I do have to plug in so it doesn't die. Okay. So it is June 21st, 2019. It is the solstice today. The 21 is the world, completion, culminations, ending things, and the day adds up to 39-3, which is that Knight of Cups that the masculine sees himself as. But actually the Knight of Cups is coming up reversed in this read, and they're both threes that you notice, 21 and 39. So we have the Knight of Cups in the world, which is really just the one who offers love to everyone out in the world, the way we all should be. Love is complete, and loving and offering love to everyone in the world. It is Friday as well, so we have a lot of threes there. And then the read for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames, which also again is the energies for the feminine as well, her masculine side, is 955. And that's the Hermit, and 55 is the Ace of Swords, or the Truth. The major arcana were Reflection, which is the Hermit, Reason, which is the Emperor, and Shadow, which is the Devil. So we have the Hermit, the Emperor, and the Devil. One sword, two pentacles, two wands, and three cups, so mostly cups or emotions. And then the court cards were Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and Knight of Cups, but the Knight of Wands was also there in the underlying energy. So two pages and two knights. And two knights may be significant for someone. That does usually come up for me. And so we're here today on the 21st, so the night that would end up on the 23rd of June, 2 nights from now. Also in the coding came up 4 nights and 8 nights. So that would end up on the 25th of June and the 29th. So there may be specific things happening for some then. The numbers and the coding line were all about time out and environment. I just want to see what timeout is. And timeout, by the way, is number 37, which is the King of Cups. And I believe the King of Cups, he was definitely a lot in the read yesterday. But I'll tell you all about the court cards. I had them all plotted out as well. But the message was all about time out and environment, which is number 44 and green, so you have 37 and 44. The King of Cups and the Four of Cups, which is the mastering, the grounding, and integrating. The message line being all about after death, 8 nights, the divine feminine, and the reason to take off. I'm getting 5 off too, so someone might get 5% off of something they weren't expecting, or somebody could be saying F off to someone, but really this is just more about a break and a timeout. So divine masculine maybe is telling someone to F off so they can take their break because they never get any time off. And there's definitely a break coming up here. So for aiding or after death, strength, and aiding, possibly part-time, the divine feminine may come up for the masculine as a ray of sun in helping him get a moment away from work or help change or expand the time off that he does have. The emperor after death, being strong or just well integrated, the 8 of staying at 0 point, good to the nth degree at dealing with the divine feminine energy, with the shaman. Also, we're getting father and son here coming up here, and the reason of the father, the Hierophant, may be off or need time out to see his environment. So the Hierophant also comes up here. So the Emperor and the Hierophant mainly in the coding here. So definitely having to do with marriage, commitment, contracts, tradition, the old establishment, religion as well. So just having to do with this emperor who could be the masculine or could be his father or father-in-law or an uncle or a boss, but dealing with that as well as the Hierophant who may be a religious leader or a religion or his marriage or whatever established creative endeavor he's in, a religion, whatever it is. But also that 4 may be aiding the I, the Godhead, and a masculine may be saying aight, like all right, like being sarcastic, a tad testy, being very much a sun and taking 5 off to expand. Also tradition and commitment coming up here. Aries, Leo, and Taurus with the aid of the divine feminine, taking a 5-minute break. You know, that might not literally be 5 minutes, but just saying for a change, getting some time off. Also a changing of the guards after an emperor's death with time off in between, possibly 8 nights in fact. Okay, and that's specific for the masculine. So here we go into the read. Let's see here too, and definitely with the underlying energies. Here we have with the this is Hermit, which is Virgo, and then you have on the underlying energies up here is the Strength card, which is Leo. And then we have the Magician over here, which you can't see here, but you saw it before, but the Magician's there. So there could be dealing with these 3 characters, the Magician, the Hermit, and the Strength card, or Leo. So it could be Leo, Virgo, and the Magician can be Gemini, Virgo, but I see it as Aries as well at times, so it can be any of those energies. And also the Emperor comes up in that pile. I'll show you here. So the Emperor, here's the Magician, and the Emperor comes up here as well, again. So, and there's Aquarius energy there as well. So the Hermit with the Knight of Wands on the move at home, opening heart to leap and cry if needed, but draining or drained and stress or up nights, not getting enough sleep causes you to feel drained, causes you to get ill, or illness and crying if needed, or just feeling down in the dumps when child or younger person isn't home or is out and about and busy, or kids are busy with sports or other activities, driving a lot and costing a lot of money, or moving costs money, or someone pushing another to move when they're not ready, or being stubborn, obstinate, could be pissed off, or just be closed off, Scroogey, insisting on rest, quiet time, meditation before talking, before messaging, or dealing with child and family. Someone grouchy in the morning and or isolating from family due to they can't sleep, or up crying, or connecting in the 5D. Or Virgo or Cancer just trying to get kids moving in the morning, and the kids are being difficult, or grouchy, especially going into Cancer from Gemini. Actually, today is the day we switch into Cancer. So under Cancer, you know, you might have a lot of moody kids. baseball and golf and fencing coming up. And that could literally be fencing being put up in your yard. And then don't fence me in came up. May need to put parent in a facility or having a hard time with kids who don't want to go visit grandparent in the facility or at a country house for rest and relaxation to take a break from the world. Old man steps down or retires and son or child takes over with a break between. Or I was just getting now, or a breakdown. So someone might be on the verge of a breakdown if they don't take a break. Or a child still deciding if they want to take over for the family business. Or a parent may have passed, leaving inheritance to children. Or old person feeling kids are taking them out to pasture or leaving them there as an old person. So grief and loss, regret, or refusing to let go of the past or the old. And that was at 10:50 when I turned the page, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. And then I was getting, as the old person feels like they're being put out to pasture, and then grief and loss and regret coming up, or refusing to let go of the past or the old. I was then getting, she almost got her hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You almost had me roped and tied, okay? And that sweet freedom whispered in my ear, you're a butterfly and butterflies are free to fly, fly away, bye-bye, okay? So that song was coming up in reference to surrender and giving up the scam, or the wounded warrior has no more strength left after being taken or taken for granted by the ignorant or Viking high priestess, stole from him or cheated him, now nothing left to say. The secret's out, unaware of the untrustworthy people that were around him. Red shoes or boots, sneaking around, tiptoeing out, giving up on Ice Princess. Nothing left to give. So codependency comes up here, which was right there in the Romance Angels here. And just below that was heart-to-heart conversations. The Emperor and his daughter, who could be his little princess, or Aries and Aquarius scamming him the whole time, or Princess Bride and daughter in love with much older man, or the harsh truth is out of sex scam, dominatrix, madam, or S&M, rehab, MASH unit, or hospitalization and or arrest. Others paid to keep quiet about it, or a gag order for kids involved, or sex scandal, or child pornography, or child is stripping to make a lot of money. Obsession with Cupid, cutting cords or cutting hair, or making blown glass flowers, or wizardry or sorcery or wax candles, whittling or sharpening knives or swords at all hours of the night. And then I was getting, but my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. Okay, so I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. So that's coming up for a masculine for sure. That was at 11:11, by the way, guys. And right at 11:11, when I wrote that down, my neighbor actually came up to the door to tell me he was going to bring my trash cans up for me, which was very nice, actually. I don't know why he felt the need to do that today, but it was very sweet. He felt, I guess he doesn't see me outside much because I'm in here doing this stuff, so maybe he just wanted to check on me. So that might be some of the energy that's coming up for you guys. Maybe the masculine may have met someone at or maybe even met his karmic at a traveling show, or maybe some new people he's been dealing with recently who scammed him. But maybe they met at a traveling show and he should have known better. And then Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves comes up, as well as a Den of Thieves. Someone had gotten pregnant on purpose to tie them together. And this was, obviously a lot of this stuff is only specific to a few people. But here it was coming up that someone had gotten pregnant on purpose to tie the masculine and them together. And this was at different years. I have 1 year ago, 9 years ago, 19, 20, or 21 years ago, 29, or 30 years ago. And he's been obsessed about getting back at them ever since, or a son that was taken away from him, or a mother who died in childbirth and someone has to pay, or Leo or ego is on the run, or aborted his son. So effort comes up here, which is number 13, And then below that was self-discipline, which is number 41, which is the Ace of Cups. So here we have death and transition and transformation and making the effort. And then the 41 of self-love, spiritual love, and new love, of self-discipline. Living in the past with no options or a clear choice of path, a new day is dawning. And then I got that song, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, which I love that song. As someone skips out the door, or someone is robbed and heard noises at night, reaching for knife or sword kept by the bed, Guinevere took off with her pride, unstable or left home, or moved without notice, or an abused wife had to sneak out in the middle of the night, no options and homeless, or was in the past, up nights plotting how to get out of this mess, or risky business, or risking for Leo, hopes for a good life behind her, chains in her mane, or a big scar on left head and or neck, or taking off with a pet who has a chip installed in them under their fur, or leaving to open a pet rescue. Nothing left there for her. Okay, so that could definitely reference to a negative karmic, or it could be a positive karmic who just needs to get out to live their own life, or it could reference a divine feminine as well, coming up in her masculine energy. So as I turn the page, it's 11:29. 11 is justice, and 29 is the 3 of Wands and being present. And then I was getting all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Okay, so California Dreamin' was coming up. So this Leo who's running away is very apparent and clear in this read. There's some Leo who is taking off, whether they stole something or it's a runaway, or if someone who just wants to escape a marriage because they want to go be a star. All those kinds of energies are coming up here, and California Dream is coming up, so somebody might actually want to go to California to become a star. It could be a child, or Leo's been up nights figuring out how to escape and become a star. Magician's assistant leaving the show, or daughter whose parents wanted one life for her and she had to run away before they come to take her. 2 bunnies left behind in the yard, and perhaps a sibling she's worried about. She may be thinking she'll miss the house, or will miss nothing but the pool table or sword display. And by the way, the underlying energies were only Leo. Leo's coming up upright in reverse, and Leo's only upright in this read at that very beginning where the Leo's running. So, but the rest of the read, Leo's all reversed. Okay, within that as well, there's some positive and negative energy there. But Taurus is coming up upright in reverse. Upright's more feminine, masculine's more reverse Taurus. Cancer upright, Aquarius upright, Aries upright, and Virgo reversed. That's just the underlying energies. So with whoever this is that's leaving, that they'll miss the house or miss nothing but the pool table or the sword display, or can't wait to get away from a coat of arms. And then I was getting just run away. Divine Masculine may be really pissed due to karmic's family who caused this, so that someone may have had very strict rules or religion or whatever it is, or kept them silenced, or a big family secret. Leo or ego running, Virgo isolated at home, and magician sharpening his steak knife, ravenous appetite, while flashes of memories go through his mind, the son that was denied him, or what brought them together, the son he's dreaming about that he hasn't had yet, but must make an effort with the one that got away due to family codependencies, religion, cultural, political, race, or age differences. All the crap that he put up with over the years with no idea why. So recently for the masculine is risky business, between Virgo and Leo, or hermit being strong, receiving downloads or deliveries in secret, and got caught by random onlookers, stuck in emotions about divorce, spirituality, or a break from the church or establishment, and connecting in the 5D, learning about wisdom and ego and pride. Frustrated in separation, sharing with others, unable to find peace with kids, shouting and judging and adding burdens and trying to keep up appearances, and possibly hearing the call along with a child, possibly a new child with divine feminine, or that he sees in his dreams and knows that he's supposed to have. The foundation is not expressing feelings, holding them back, or delays in a heated exchange he doesn't want to have, coming together with Empress and filled with anxiety and exhaustion, or it's okay to meet with the Empress, but not if the King of Wands reversed is there. Possibly just out of prison or waiting to trap him into something, or that's the way the masculine feels about him. Centrally, the Page of Pentacles is upright, may be pleased with themselves, sharing with family about a negative past or troubles with siblings, and detoxing and letting go now of emotional attachments and all that glitters, because it's definitely not gold. A student or an opportunity, and holding back feelings and communications until the masculine or this child detoxes for a new life. A feminine child perhaps, or Libra, Sag, Capricorn, Divine Masculine, detoxing a negative past with family, taking it slow, but being impatient. Or maybe just a little testy and losing his patience easily with kids and things like that. So as I turn the page, it's 12:05. 12 is the Hangman of Wisdom, and 5 is the Hierophant, which is about commitments and tradition and the old. And it can be God as well. But the challenge being here is reason, or the Emperor. The Emperor with a false hand, and shamed the masculine about offering love, or shamed him because the wounded warrior high priestess was old, without much energy left, or all dried up, or embarrassed to come forward to the high priestess wounded warrior with so many battle wounds or scars. He may be thinking back to what happened between them, showing his impatience, his player ways, holding back passion, but dying to come forward boldly, but afraid he won't be able to perform, or clinging to Cancer or Scorpio, who is bossy and nasty when frustrated, or holding back sex from them, or he can just no longer perform with the karmic, and pressure doesn't help, and maybe he just doesn't know if he can perform with anyone. And Divine Feminine or the Queen of Swords may be talking about these issues, like I am now, not allowing the transformation to happen naturally due to guilt and shame about being a gentle, loving man, or jealousy issues made to feel insecure, that he wasn't good enough, not manly enough, nothing enough, and verbal abuse, if not physical and sexual too. Or that an older woman abused him or took his virginity, made him into a gigolo of sorts, pleasing women, whether that was just sexually or just emotionally, but not pleasing himself authentically, not knowing real love and appreciation, or became a player and or manipulator due to his own abuse, or father taught him it was okay to use women, they are just for sex, cooking and cleaning, the old paradigm. Or deep Scorpio issues of death and dying, security and money, and the tax man, so that's coming up too. A negative connotation, right, about taxes. And then it brings up Matthew, because Matthew was the tax man. Matthew means gift from God, the tax man, just like the parent's abuse, a child who dies too young, the souls who come to pay your debts by releasing your karma and learning your lessons. We're taught it's bad to pay, but this is just an exchange for something you received. It is good to give and receive, and in giving with your heart to others, you receive so much in return, whether direct payment or not. We pay taxes to pay for the services given by the community. It is not important whether you agree on the price. If you've chosen to live there, you already agreed to it. Let it go. The less you worry, the less you pay. Be authentic and loving, and you'll be great. Divine Masculine may feel guilty for offering love insincerely, especially to others who showed him genuine love and innocent of intent. Detoxing weakness, a Leo or ego, insecurities and control and controlling father, father-in-law, uncle or boss, or insecurities that he can't live up to his father's, father-in-law, or Divine Feminine's father's image, or told how to treat, or he was told how to treat or behave around his Viking or Italian princess, who can do no wrong in their eyes. So this could be like a father and daughter team who's always kind of controlled the masculine. Or he's had to concede to her every whim because there was always a doting father of his karmic that was always trying to control him. And then I was getting, I'm the baby, gotta love me, okay? So then I turn the page, it's 12:39. 12 again is the Hangman in Wisdom, and 39 is that Knight of Cups. So it also could be jealousy of younger sibling of the masculine who always got their way. Divine masculine now present to surrendering, but then just picking up more shit to do, more burden, more chores, not worthy unless carries the weight of the world. All right, that was what we were taught. All the signs that came up for the read were Capricorn reversed, Libra reversed, Sag reversed, Aries was upright, Cancer was upright and reversed, Scorpio upright and reversed, Virgo upright and reversed, but more reversed, Pisces upright and reversed, Aquarius upright, Gemini reversed, Leo reversed, and Taurus both upright and reversed. So again, that's just general positive or negative energies for that sign. And it doesn't necessarily correlate with the court cards that came up, because sometimes there'll be a lot of negative energies, but all the court cards will come up. So maybe those negative energies aren't affecting them so much. So just to let you know. So now the masculine may be present to aligning with authentic creativity, taking the time, getting their ducks in a row, and knowing without knowing, having faith in self and his innocence, his pure intent. Now crowning is the King of Pentacles and child, or just him inspired to create a new life, inspired by third-party gossip or overindulgences, or not socializing for a change, to stand up for himself, to his own negative self-talk, or the Leo or ego in his ear. Queen of Cups and Page of Cups with injustice, divorce, or Libra reverse between them. The Queen of Pentacles reverse ungrounded or greedy, or just losing money and refusing to walk away and let go of workplace or issues at work, not getting along with others, and then them wanting her to leave, or third party through work, or spending savings to fix the place up. After over-isolating from stress, pain, and up nights, or Virgo reverse coming out with the truth, the whole truth, yet holding their tongue, or that their words can be hurtful, or holding back an announcement of truth, or holding back passion and the truth about the emperor and the magician at work, who was taking a stand or a strand of DNA at work to work with. So I was literally getting, I never got this before, but I was literally getting someone actually taking a strand of DNA from the people at work, like, you know, just pulling a little piece of hair off here and there, to do some voodoo stuff or work. I mean, someone could literally do medical work with that. You know, they may be researching something, but I wasn't necessarily getting positive stuff, okay? But someone taking a strand of DNA to work with when the assistant is pretending not to look, like, or just pretending not to see what they're actually doing and knowing that there's a scam going on, or giving DNA to a Leo to do devil's work or voodoo, or stop others from speaking their truth. Or Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, Pisces, and Aries are a group working together to scam other people, but the whole group may not actually know what's going on. It may only be one or two people, could even just be one. Or the magician made a discovery or a cure, and Leo, Scorpio, and Aries are protecting him or it, but Leo, the devil, made away with it or got away with something. Or Leo acting like an angel, but actually doing negative energy work or spell work on divine feminine and or others. Or was before, or thinks she is on the divine feminine, but is not affecting the divine feminine anymore as she is sealed, and the karmic doesn't understand why, and actually may now need to make a run for it because whatever she's been doing isn't working anymore. She may have trapped the divine masculine into being with her in the same way, by manipulation with her father backing her up, a father-daughter team, or scam artists, surprising or tricking or shocking people at work, or juggling or flirting, or giving many women attention to make more money or get more customers at work, and didn't expect to fall for one. That may be for the divine masculine. Soon comes up the seeker of chalices, the Page of Cups, innocently opens heart again and again, to be clear about call to action, the wake-up call, judgments, final judgments may be coming in as well, of the divine masculine also, and also announcements of the Queen of Swords, and that was at 111. All done. So being clear about these announcements in things like I talk about, that all is done with an open heart and pure intent, coming together to master, ground, and integrate emotions, thoughts, passions, and manifesting abilities. Speaking to the Divine Masculine and their inner child or children to bring up wounds to clear from the subconscious. And as I turned the page, it was 114, which is the Magician and the Temperance card of the angels, but also being patient. That it's okay to come forward. Nothing that can't be worked out in the name of love, but an effort must be made. A third cannot come to the party unless there is a space between. Two that are polarized leaves space to fill the emptiness. Third party cannot manifest unless one of two are open to it, because the space got bigger. The two become less and less alike. As vibrations rise, partners will no longer be able to sustain a polarized relationship. Those unbalanced in masculine and feminine within the pie will polarize to each other and then eventually fall apart. Those who are balanced within will magnetize a true match to their high vibration. If one's balanced and one is not, it may create great resentment on one party's part at least. If the high vibration does not do its best for themselves due to servicing others, the others will rise against him and no longer seeing eye to eye, being literally in another world, another dimension, and then therefore creating a shift for the other ones to leave if he doesn't. The Divine Masculine sees self as the Knight of Cups reversed, very emotional and moody in the morning with coffee. A little coffee may actually be good at this time. Sudden explosiveness or kicking everyone out, or epiphanies that help him move forward to magnetize sovereignty or magnetize a sovereign by halting the jealousy, insincerity, arrogance, moodiness, and deception, especially in the morning due to the Emperor's control and manipulativeness due to insecurities of unworthiness. Or the Divine Master may be coming off like this in the mornings with a partner or kids after spending all night connecting with the Divine Feminine's energies, which he may not even be aware of. There may be a gap or a space between in his home growing bigger. For some, their new epiphanies may cause them to move on from a partnership. Divine Masculine may be starved for attention because he may not have been getting it. The romance angels there are pay attention to the red flags, which is really all about your signs and synchronicities and your own inner guidance. Make the effort, that love is worth making the effort. Trust is all about faith. Religious factors, that there may be differences or they may differ from what you're used to. And then unrequited love, right? There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Those Divine Masculines who can no longer live a lie may now be having those epiphanies, causing them to actually leave, okay? So around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the shadow and detox of standing up to others, pushing and prodding. Don't fence me in, as he feels the walls closing in. Recovering practically at present, healing, dreaming, and shining his light, and not working too much, aligning and getting details in order, nailing down assets apart from Aquarius. Clear blocks of conflict, one flame and humidity issues, so someone might be dealing with mold and heat issues. The battles are over as he now takes it easy and slow, not expressing feelings with those who have no affection, and now willing to learn and be student again. Now that a breakup or battle has ended. Family of the King of Cups and King of Swords, who are both upright right here, may receive bad news or receive the news of the breakup, or no affection, or making peace with what has failed them. As I turn the page, it's 142, 1 the Magician and 42 the Two of Cups, which is where we end in the read. Environment comes up as well as time out. And actually the time out may be time out to make their space green, since the green environment came up. Also, then even more so than environment and time out was completion, that things are, it's really to wrap things up, okay? So fantasy family, and I'm going to refocus this over there. Okay, so you can see the ending cards more. Okay, so fantasy family is detoxing a breakup on 2 timelines, or 2 breakups in a family, or a breakup and jumping right into a twin flame union, new life planning with third party to hang a shingle over their union, ending the war, apologizing, and mastering, grounding, and integrating an offer of love, the 4th leg of the race, the 4th try after being denied 3 times. The wounded warrior surrenders the battle, implementing a plan to right the divine feminine's world, create emotional fulfillment, choosing left path now that the worst is over, and spread the word of ego death, or a Leo that's out of control or weak, or the worst is over of Leo spreading rumors, hanging out wisely with third party through work or not working, and at home or in union. The Queen of Wands reversed can be a Leo and or Sag, separated and could be heartbroken and very impatient or throwing a temper tantrum, or she's Leo and mad or just exhausted in separation, and Sagittarius is impatient with her, still manipulating the situation. The Hermit is free but purging, or kid is draining, or kid is going out or traveling. Home with family or traveling to see family, okay with Empress but not King of Wands reversed. Not expressing as the Knight of Cups reversed, the masculine, detoxing emotions in silence, hiding downloads or risky business or behaviors from a Page of Pentacles, who could be a student or could just be a new opportunity. The challenge being the Emperor, old man, and or kids don't always like to visit, but being good and opening their hearts, not fighting the divine masculine on this today, pending new life with third-party connection with wounded warrior and happiness after detoxing old illusions of the perfect family. The worst is over, but still dealing with the Queen of Wands reversed, who could be both Leo and Sagittarius reversed. A Pisces may be holding down the fort at work, or just a vacation, or business is closed due to repairs and or a makeover. Hermit may be home, and that can be Virgo or Sag or other, passing downloads or purging or sick or with kids, while Leo or ego is up to no good, liar, cheater, thief, or secret business affairs, not expressing passions to child or an opportunity or an invitation to prepare a new life, but the Emperor may be in the way or just old and a challenge. The Knight of Cups is reversed, and the Page of Cups need to make up, detoxing from a fight, conflict, or competition, and now surrendering to make family happy. Divine Masculine may be hanging out with kids now, getting along after a fight, but making up, but also may be wondering what Divine Feminine's kids are up to. Preparing new life, offering face-to-face surrender. The Queen of Wands reversed, absolutely not happy about it. One child may be excited, the other making peace, not wanting to extend love, and maybe holding back feelings, but also making peace with the father or the Divine Masculine. So that's it for the read. The court cards were the Emperor and the Empress were both upright. Actually, I have to tell you, all of the court cards were upright except the King and Queen of Wands, and then 3 knights. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So the only knight that was upright was the Knight of Pentacles. But all the pages were upright, and all the other kings and queens, well, no, the Queen of Pentacles was reversed as well. I missed that one. So Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles were reversed, and just the King of Wands. Queen of Cups upright, Queen of Swords upright, the King of Cups, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, all upright. Like I said, the only Knight of Pentacles, and then all the pages were upright. So just watch out for those wands, except for the Page of Wands. And then the Knight of Cups is just the masculine, you know, so he's just coming out of his kind of slump and emotionalness, and it may not even be something negative, except he just might be moody, right? The Knight of Swords also coming up reversed, you know, and that can be, you know, holding back what you want to say or needing to hold back because of impatience and wanting to bite someone's head off. So those are the energies. So I hope that helped. Make sure you drink your water and get your rest. I've been having trouble getting enough sleep the past few nights, and that can definitely be a challenge and cause people to be more moody. Don't forget we're in Cancer, so you might need to be a little bit more patient with kids. And just enjoy home and family since we're in Cancer now. And rise and be loved, guys. Bye.